welcome to Jesus for Asia Now. I'm Natalie Wood, and I'd like to welcome you to the second part of a special show about Indonesia. Our guests are Ramon and Shandy Tengkano, and they shared with us in the first part about their personal testimony, learning to walk in God's way, learning to live God's way, and learning what's really important in God's kingdom. Welcome back to the show, Ramon and Shandy. I just would like to encourage our viewers to go and find that first part. It will be on the Jesus for Asia website very soon, or you might be able to see it again when it airs again on 3ABN. Mm-hmm. So in the first show, we saw how the Lord had changed your lives and brought you back together as a family. And how has He led since then? What's the work He's brought you into?
Well, God has opened ways for us to get to know what kind of God He is through mission work, ministry work, which in our case is a television ministry. That's what we established in 2011, January, February. And it's a lot of work because reaching Indonesia, 17,000 island with 256 million people population, 90% of whom Muslim, have no idea what Christianity is all about. If they know any Christianity, it's the wrong kind of Christianity. So we became the first Adventist television that took on the satellite.
Okay.
That time.
At that time. Now we have a Hope channel also that started to be on air in mid 2014. So we have two Adventist television going over
That's
Indonesia.
good.
Yeah. And since then, we were getting many calls, many texts, many requests to have books, to have DVDs and lessons, and many invitations extended to us to come and visit them. Big churches, small churches, Adventist churches, mostly, and even non-Adventist churches calling us.
Wow. So people are watching.
Yeah,
You're
people are
finding
watching.
out people are watching.
Even though that we're on the satellite, which means people have to have the satellite dish to catch our signal. Mm-hmm. And the satellite dish is being fading away in big cities because they're replacing with the cable television. Like you just plug in the wall, monthly bills and everything. But majority of Indonesian don't have access to cable television monthly.
Wow.
Cable television in Indonesia, they have like a maximum 2 million viewers, 2 million subscribers. But the uses for satellite dish, it goes up to 18 something million, according to data.
Wow.
So there's a lot more people living outside the big cities, the mountains, islands, faraway places. When they have television, they have to buy satellite dish, and that's where we are.
So that's their only way to get anything.
That's right. Otherwise, they don't catch anything.
And then we also treat our viewers as our
like
family.
A family.
So we go to their house, spend time, spend night with them, and they're very shocked because, one time we went to the family, remember, in the Kediri, is it, David?
Yeah, it's East Java.
East Java. The father, the parents, the father especially, he's a
Buddhist.
He's a Buddhist, and he never believed about Christianity because he always say Christianity is hypocrite, and then like fancy people.
Yeah, fancy people.
And then we came with our team, spend time, and then sleep in their house. And what did he say?
He said, "Wow, this is different Christianity here."
Yeah.
Because what I see in television, and I see you
up?
guys wake up in the morning, you all look the same. So he respects the value somehow, It doesn't mean that we look messy in the television, but.
And then if our our channel something wrong, and then this just get shut off, and they're starting to calling us because they said like, we cannot live without watching your television. You have to do something.
Without your music.
Without your music, without all of the programs. So, I don't know, sometimes, they use our television to become like, they needs.
Wow.
So
they're almost addicted to it or something.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
They cannot live without. There's one person, there's a crazy, mental illness. And the family said like, he cannot go the day without
Without having our
watching,
television
without
on.
having our television. So if something wrong with television, he's become crazy.
And this guy apparently we met them last January,
January.
and he apparently was the guy. He claimed that I'm mentally ill, but he when we came to his area, he came up to us. Can you pray for me? I'm mentally ill, but I have to have your television on all the time because his mother says. Okay, we pray for him, and then he took out his wallet or little bag, and then he takes out like the receipt of bank transfers. And then he was saying, do you see a small amount that comes in every month?
Yes.
For years. Yeah. Yes, I know there's a small amount. It's like $1.50 or $2 every month. So the guy brings cash money to the counter to make the transfer to our television. I'm like, that's
month.
you? Yes, it's been me. Look at the receipt.
Wow.
I'm like, it's for people like that our television keeps
Yes.
going. You know, I'm so touched. Somebody we would not expect to
Right.
support our television. So, and then there's another story of
And then even
guy that
the
came to
couple.
us to our church. Oh, this guy started to watch our television in 2012. I met him last year. Finally, now he's a member of our church. You know, in the beginning of our television, we had no idea what we were doing. We didn't have any quality. We had no knowledge on how to make a program. So it was just a big messy television. We were on the edges because we paid the bill, satellite bill. So this guy in the church, that very church, he was making stories how we came to the church because of our television. He said he started watching the television. We're like, what kind of television is this? Who would spend so much money to be on the television just to air unprepared programs like this? So that's his story. But it got him sit down for hours, you know,
Wow.
looking and laughing at this television. You know, whoa, these people are crazy.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. But then there's messages, you know, there's Bible verses. There's,
going
you
in.
know, yeah, that's right. And then he's calling his family, look at this crazy
this.
television. So for a few days, just the next day, we'll turn it on. It was,
And now the whole family,
and then now the whole family is in the church.
the church getting baptized.
God,
And
use
then
this
finally
crazy
met me.
television.
Yeah, last year he was like, wow, you guys are something special here, you know.
Wow.
And then one of the biggest highlights we have in our television this past few years, in 2014, I think, we got invited. We got called in from a viewer who happened to be a pastor in one of the big Pentecostal churches in Indonesia, in the east of Indonesia. And then say, hey, are you guys willing to come speak in our church? Well, yeah, sure. You know, how much you guys charge? I'm like, we don't charge anything. Okay, well, that's the case. We'll come. And then we came. And then there's there was a church with big hall with apparently 700 pastors plus his wife, their wives, and their children attended.
Wow.
It's their annual meeting of their church workers, and they invited me. I'm not even a pastor. You know?
Oh, wow.
You want me to speak with them? Yes, speak with us. I know I see your messages in television. I think you have a message for us. Okay, Lord, give me words to say, because I was speaking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, day until night.
Wow.
Because the year before they invited one of the televangelists famous from America.
And
Oh,
they
boy.
have to pay how much for that?
Oh, they paid like $200,000 only for him to be there. Very famous American televangelist. And then I was there the next year. So I got to speak about, you know, just 144,000, you know, the latter rain message, and of course we package it with our own testimonies, you know.
Right.
And the third Elijah message, we spoke about how to become healthy. They all loved it, you know, without any, we take away things that might shock them.
Right.
So, and then one of the pastors was actually a famous pastor. I didn't realize he was there the whole 3 days. And then he went back to his own home church on the following Sunday. And then he spoke to his church. He said something like this. Brothers and sisters, if there's one group in this world that are going to be prepared for the second coming of God, do you know who that group is? You know who that church is? The church member were like, who? It's the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Whoa.
I attended their meeting past 3 days. Amazing. So if there's any group that we need to learn from, it's going to be them.
Wow.
How do we know about this? Because one of the members actually starts searching us. A lady and her family, the member were at where the pastor was speaking, looked us up, and then she actually happens to be the viewer. She became the church member in our church.
Wow.
And then the pastor said, no, it's okay. Go there on the Sabbath, and then come back here on Sunday, teach us what they teach you. Until now, she's still doing it.
Wow.
And then there's the other story, the Hindu or Buddhist girl.
Oh,
She has a dream. No, she said she wants to find the happiness, right?
yeah, she was
And
praying to
then
the
she
Buddha
always
statue.
praying to the Buddha statue, and then he always ask, Buddha, show me the way to the happiness. Every day. He's very dedicated Buddhist. And then one night he get a dream, and the Buddhists come to him,
Buddha.
the Buddha come to him, and the Buddha said like, the true happiness is Jesus.
Wow.
And she just like, what?
That's the God of Christians.
That's the God of Christian. Look at them. Impossible. And then she doesn't care. She just like searching, of course, in
Internet.
internet.
And then
Jesus.
found us.
When she's searching Jesus, I don't know why, he found us at CBN. And he just watched all of the series, program, and now he become our member. It's just only because of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So many viewers get dream, actually, yeah?
Yeah.
Get a dream from the Lord. And then, now they become our members because of the dream.
Yeah, so many exciting stories.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
so-
have to give me 2 days to tell you the whole story.
And then we have the other job also in our villages.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Of course, we're reaching out to the villages also. We have a dental clinic. We have we're serving the locals where we are. We're up in the countryside. Well, we come from city life. We have people in secular
Everything
world that they need to be reached out to.
Right.
People in the upper class of the society.
That you knew before.
Yes, that we hung out with before. So we were always wondering, Lord, how do we talk to them? Because hanging out with them, drinking and partying with them, we had no message.
Yeah.
In our neighborhoods, there's so many people that are really important running the country, before at our previous life. But I had no message. We meet down and sit down with them and neighborhood meetings and everything. But no message. So God gave us ways to reach out to them. It's now we're into exercising,
Sport,
a lot. Exercise, running, cycling, and these communities that we're hanging out with. These things, running and cycling is picking up. Even swimming, triathlon, picking up really big time in our country. Everybody's just searching to get
Become
connected
more
with this.
healthy. Okay.
So there we are. In the beginning, we didn't know what we were doing. Lord, we just thought it was going to be for us. And then we got to
Lord
meet some
exposed
people.
us.
We got exposed to new friends. Some of the people we met in the society, just diplomats and just artists.
Anything. Yeah.
Rock star or the governor is actually also in the community. They
So
started to ask-
famous people,
Yeah,
wealthy
some famous-
people,
Yes.
influential people.
influential people.
They got to know our lifestyle. We're plant based. We eat no meat. They're asking us, so do you, with diets like that, lifestyle like that, you can keep up with what we do here.
Yeah.
They're really fit people, individuals.
Really commit people too.
We weren't really that fit before. We're okay now, but still far away from where we want to be. But it actually challenged us to keep up, to prove that the Lord's way of living is the best way to live. Yeah, the community we're meeting right now encouraged us to promote our lifestyle, our choices, our diet, the health message that we have so great. A new start,
Okay.
concept. They love it. And Sandy has been chosen to become the leader, the chairperson for the one of the largest cycling community in Indonesia for women. And then from that, doors just opening. People are coming to see us, to see our work up in the village. The social, they call it social work we do. And they're asking us, why are you making these choices? Well, then doors are opening.
Yeah.
We're explaining them that, love is about serving other people, and then that's what God wants us to do.
Teach children too.
How to teach children, serving the community, and then also alongside health, of course. We even got invited to counsel marriage because of this, because we believe you got a message here. So we're asked to counsel somebody's marriages, children education, what to do in life. So things like that.
And what to do with money too.
Yeah, what to do with money. We've actually inspired some of the people to, no, maybe the key to happy life is a simpler life.
Because they said like, oh, now I know why you're so happy.
Yeah.
Because they finally they know our previous life, the story. Now they know, they can see the true pictures, right? The happiness is when you share everything with others. They guessing. We not come to them and then try to explain everything. No, they just guessing to see our lifestyle, and they tell like, what few them, come to me and said like, yeah, you are a happy person because look at you.
They're asking us,
Because they are
what do you make where you are? What do you make like a lifestyle center or like a retreat center or because our studio is up in the mountain. It's a nice weather, but so this is where people come and visit also. Our friends from the world, they come and visit and see us, and then they ask us, what do you just make like a retreat center, make something that we can be coached, you can give us like talks.
Because they said like this, they want to learn to live like us because they see that we are the person who live that we don't need money to live because look at them, we want to learn from you, right? And they said, and sometimes they said like, if we see Sandy and Ramon, we think that why we need the money so much? Look at them, they can eat. And then they even said like, this is our dining. We used to serve our guests over there. They even said like, Sandy and Ramon, they have a healthy restaurant over there.
Yeah, they think it's a restaurant. They come, we give them food, really healthy food. They like it. That's why, hey, what do you just make like we'd call it athletic center, They can come, they can go hiking for 2 days, up the mountain, and then in the morning we can coach them, health, about temperance, about family, about relationship, about how to self-control.
They even say like, your place has a power. Every time I go here, I feel tenang, Mon?
Yeah, I feel relaxed.
I feel relaxed.
Peace.
I feel peace. Yeah, so that's why they really, push us to make something so they can stay with us,
Yeah, they can come on the weekends, on the weekdays.
And they say like, your place is like the tempat pengobatan gitu.
Yeah, like a healing place.
Like the healing place for our brain and mental. Like
Wow.
that.
So that's a lot of challenge, a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Yeah. So I just want to reiterate for our viewers' sake, you're not telling people in order to be happy, you have to get rid of everything like we did. People are seeing that in spite of, and in your case, because of getting rid of everything, you're finding happiness.
Yeah.
But you always encourage people to get to know God
Of
for
course.
themselves.
Of course.
I think get to know the Matthew 13:44. It says, you go to the field and dig for treasure. And then automatically you're going to be able to sell
You're going to know.
with joy.
Yeah.
Sell everything you have.
Yeah.
You don't reverse the process.
Right. The treasure doesn't come because of
Because
the
you're selling.
outward
That's right.
changes. Yeah.
So
Because some people, they have the euphoria
to
to go with the Lord. They just sell everything. After that, they stop. After that, they regret.
Right.
No, we don't want
It's
to
a
give that
sudden,
euphoria.
drastic decision.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to give that euphoria. We want them to think clearly that this is the pilihan do apa?
Choice.
The choice that they're making. And then I remember that the first said like, harus dihitung-hitung tuh gimana?
Well, you have to calculate exactly.
Calculate. Exactly. And then for me, that is really meaningful because some people just want to go with the Lord because the euphoria. And when they hit crisis,
They turn
they're
back.
gone.
Right.
They're gone.
And one thing certain is that our family got re-strengthened because of the journey that we're making together. Our children,
Yeah.
despite the fact that they grew up spoiled, they had no idea
About
what God is like. Now we're slowly, walking them. They're finding happy life
this is our
with us. This is our 3 children.
No, yeah,
This is our idea of picnic.
Looks like fun.
We don't go to Disneyland or anything, but this is our Disneyland.
That's so good for them, though. Yeah.
They don't buy toys; they make toys.
They make noise. They make from.
But they're
something
learning that love from God, though.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, you were sharing a story of your son that gave his slippers to one of the ladies passing by because he saw the need and he was willing to just give what he had.
Yes.
And that's so valuable when
And
they
they
learn
also-
the value of others and that joy comes in service.
Yes, that's right. And
They also has the what we call bengkel,
yeah, like a
like what they say.
like a shop for
Like a
to
shop
fix
for the
bicycles for
fix
the
bicycle.
villagers' kids.
And they fix the villages bicycle, and then sometimes they give them money, and
The villagers give
the
them money.
villagers give them money, but they just no, this is free. No, we just want to give you money, and they keep the money. So the money they said like, oh, we need to pay for the satellite. We need to contribute for the satellite. So they that is the work, and then
nice.
they put the money to us
Yeah.
to pay the satellite.
And then another burden that we have is also for our church, because our church is missing out so much. We think we are finishing the work, but we're not. That's why we have the burden to reach out to young people. We'd like to. Our place is becoming like a retreat center for the young people. We have what we call power camp. We host the young teenagers up to like 23, 24. They come for a week. They go camping. They go help people. They go surf. Because before we go out to, our hands just not big enough to reach out to the villagers, to the work. We need to get the church people to get
Right.
involved.
Right.
Now, this is actually the harder part, getting the young people to commit to do something. So that's we are bridging between the need on the front line and the workers that are still in the church.
And then to the city also, urban, what
Yeah.
we call urban mission.
Yeah.
So
City mission.
yeah, that is not our plan, but God give us the job, and I guess that this is what He wants, so we can cover everything in Indonesia. And then when people like, is it hard? Yes, it's really hard. It's really, really hard because sometimes I wish that we have like 48 hours so we don't
In
need to
the day.
sleep because the workers inside the mission field is not
There's not very many.
there's
Not
not
enough.
very many because we need the workers who have the burdens. We need the workers who wants to do everything to go, to go a long way.
Yeah. And now we also need a center of influence to be installed in Jakarta because every Sunday we go riding. This is just about maybe this is not even half of the women that you in the community that you lead, but we go cycling every Sunday. The men follow along too. So every after we ride, we would stop and they would ask us, look, what do we drink after we exercise? What food do we eat? So we give them like a coaching, health clinic. While they're relaxing, they want to eat something, they want to have juice therapy, everything. We always meet up after cycling to share.
The funny thing
But we
is
don't have a place in Jakarta big enough for that.
when we eat, we hook up with them, we eat, they just watching us and they see like, oh, Sandy and Ramon, they eat broccoli, so they take the broccoli. Sandy and Ramon, they eat spinach. So that's why these people are very ready. They just keep asking me like, Sandy, why don't you open the shop? Why don't you bring, the car, the trunk? So inside the trunk, you can sell like healthy food for us,
Yeah,
and then you can
juice.
give us smoothies, everything. Why don't you do that? But I believe that, we need to use faith for that, to cover everything. That is the burdens, we wish. I said to Ramon, we wish we can do anything, but
Right.
the
There's
work.
not a lot of you,
Yeah,
and you need help.
that's right.
Yes.
And the
yes.
resources limited.
I guess everywhere also same.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that many times here in North America, we haven't seen that for ourselves. We haven't gone to these countries, and so we don't know that there's so much work to be done still in Indonesia,
There's a lot.
and so
There's a lot.
the call is great the harvest is great also,
Yes, yes.
and the laborers are few.
And then we remember, like my husband says that in Indonesia we have a island, and then there's a pastor, the dedicated pastor, senior pastor, a lot in Indonesia. They have to have like many churches to handle.
10,
Really?
11
10,
churches.
11,
Wow.
and then they just go there with a motorcycle. It's like takes like 10 hours, and then we can reach that just only with the
Airplane or
and can you imagine the needs over there? And I was like, God, I wish I can do anything to do that. The needs is there, the people are so hungry,
right.
they are waiting, they just they even like do something, but we cannot do anything.
Yeah, you're doing a lot already, and there's
Yeah.
not
I know. Not
a
enough.
way to do more.
And we wish, like me
Don't
and my husband, like we wish, God can send us like a plane, so we have the aviation, like we can search, go there, because 12
Go
hours.
more quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Help
with
that
the plane.
pastor go more quickly from
Yes.
church to church.
Even the missionary, if something wrong with the family, they cannot go back because too far, and it's not easy to the transportation over there is not very friendly for for the mission maybe. So that is the burden.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you coming
Thank you.
today and joining us and sharing what God has been
Our
doing.
pleasure.
I know there are a lot more stories.
Yes.
Maybe next time
Sure.
we can share more
Sure,
stories.
sure.
What a powerful testimony of how God has taken people that were very wealthy in the world's goods and has given them a wealth in service, a joy in surrender that just comes right out of them. And He's leading them into more and more service toward the wealthy people as well as the poor people in Indonesia. And He's sending them to share with people like us the stories of what He's doing in their lives and through their lives. And this ministry, especially to the wealthy people, is very unusual. And it's something that we're not necessarily comfortable with unless we've grown up with it or we've been in that life. And if you would like to be a part of this ministry in Indonesia, please send your tax-deductible love gift to Jesus for Asia, P.O. Box 1221, Collegedale, Tennessee, 37315. Call us at 423-413-7321 or visit our website at jesusforasia.org. May God richly bless you until we see you again next week on Jesus for Asia Now.